This is Christian Gomez with the New American Magazine, and on the phone with us today right now we have Madison Marie, who organized the Reopen Wisconsin rally that occurred on Friday, April 24th. Madison, thank you for joining us today on the show.
Hi, Christian. Thanks for having me.
Madison, what inspired you to organize this event, and was this what you were expecting the turnout would be? About 5,000 people or so, as has been reported.
This was I was not expecting it to get this huge. I'm so glad it did, but it wasn't just me that started this. I started out with my own idea of just hosting a little rally, and on the same day I had the idea, I ended up meeting my co-host Michael Habada and then Thomas Leager, and they each also wanted to start their own rally. We combined forces to make this into something bigger and used all of our resources and the help we can get to make it into something big. We were not expecting it to get this big, but I feel like that was a really good thing because I started seeing people around me declining in mental health. I started having immediate friends and family have job loss. I personally know somebody who committed suicide. All these people surrounding me in my immediate life were suffering, and it wasn't from a virus. At that time, I had not known anyone personally that had had COVID, but I did have all these people in my life that were suffering greatly, and I was just sick of not doing anything about it. So this is where the rally.
Just to be clear, they were suffering from the Governor Tony Evers here of Wisconsin, his stay-at-home order.
Yes, the stay-at-home order, and their businesses shutting down, not being able to afford food, and I have my sister-in-law. She has PTSD. She was sexually abused. She gave me permission to say this, but she feels trapped with the stay-at-home order. Like all of her safe places are shut down. She said she feels trapped and confined. She has access to help, but it's not the same because she has to speak to somebody over the phone. So I have those kind of people in my life who are suffering from mental instability that aren't getting the help that they need right now. And that just affects me on an emotional level, and I was hearing all these people complain, and I felt so bad, and we just needed to do something about it.
So, between the time that you created the Facebook group, the Reopen Wisconsin page, to the time that the event was actually held, how was the support that you saw going into the group, and over 9,000 people that have joined, and many thousand that expressed interest to go, interest in going, and of course attending? How did that all come to be, and what was your reaction to seeing the massive crowds that came?
My reaction to seeing the massive crowd, it made my heart so big that all these people that attended, that they have each other's back and they have this much support. Because right now, if you voice your opinion that you don't agree with the stay-at-home orders, or that we should open up Wisconsin in a safe and responsible manner, you immediately get attacked. You are labeled as a murderer and a killer, and you must want everybody to die. And that's not the case. Not at all. But I feel like these people that came to the rally and that joined our Facebook group, they are needing that support, and they are needing that community with that backup, because they are getting heavily attacked right now.
So here in Wisconsin, when the governor issued the initial stay-at-home order, it was through April 24th, but then he extended it now to May 26th. And since then, the governors of Illinois and Michigan have also extended their orders. In Illinois, they've extended through May 30th through the end of the month. But we're also seeing governors in other states, like in Texas and in Georgia, that are slowly opening up. Why do you think that other states are slowly opening up, and some states like South Dakota, they never closed, but here in Wisconsin and Illinois, for example, our governors are extending these orders?
I can't speak for Texas. What I'm seeing in Wisconsin, our governor, I feel like he is waiting to see what our surrounding states do, like Michigan and Minnesota and Illinois, and then I feel like he's making his decisions based on that.
So you think it's a partisan political choice? He's looking at what the other Democrat governors are doing. He's not really concerned about what the actual facts and figures are. I mean, after all, we had a nurse speak at the rally who was saying that the hospitals are underwhelmed. So there really is no justification for this stay-at-home order. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I think so. I think he's definitely ignoring the numbers, and he's ignoring what his people are crying to him to. I also think he is only focusing on the physical aspect of what's going on and listening to the Department of Health, which is the Department of Health is also only focusing on the physical aspect of this. They're not including moms and dads. They're not including farmers in this say-so. They're not including real-life small business owners. They're not including mental health experts right now. I think they need to start taking in real people and not just having this narrow view in their little clique of people who's deciding what's going on for us.
Absolutely. And for those listening and watching out there who may not recognize this, in the state of Wisconsin, when Governor Evers passed the emergency order, it basically gave extra broad powers to the state's Department of Health Services in Wisconsin. Now, one last question here. If you could speak to Governor Evers right now and you had a one-on-one with him, what would you briefly tell Governor Evers?
I'd tell him to start listening to the Wisconsinite. We're living this in real life. He's not. He needs to start listening to our cries and what we're pleading with him about.
And for those listening out there in different states but that are going through the same exact thing that we're going through here in Wisconsin, what message of hope would you like to give to those listening out there?
I'd like to tell them that you guys have power in numbers. You can make it through this if you have each other's back. Start contacting your state assembly reps, your state Senate reps. Voice your concerns and opinions to them. Keep bothering them about it. Don't leave them alone. You can also contact your county sheriffs and ask them not to support your governor's stay-at-home orders, because they're the ones who are ultimately giving out the fines to businesses that are opening up right now. Okay. So if we can get businesses opening up and they're not scared about getting shut down or their licenses taken away or fines, I think we can get your state up and moving again.
Okay. Madison, we have less than a minute here. I believe you have an event coming up this upcoming Sunday. Can you tell us really briefly about that?
We do. I am so excited about it. So I want to tell you that I'm not personally biblically religious, but I think these stay-at-home orders and how we've shut our state down has seriously infringed upon people's freedom to worship. So we are setting up and organizing a worship service at the state capitol grounds on May 3rd at 1:45 p.m. We're going to have music and prayer and a food drive. So we're asking everyone to bring a chair or a blanket for yourself, and then a non-perishable pantry food item. Please check the expiration date. That food's going to go towards people who are having a hard time affording food right now.
Okay, great. So 1:45 p.m. at Madison State Capitol here in Wisconsin for a non-denominational prayer service with music and preaching. Thank you so much, Madison, for joining us today on the show. We wish you the best of luck, of course, with that. Take care and God bless you.